Welcome to Longmont News, the YouTube channel that tells you what's happening in Longmont, where it's happening, when it's happening, and introduces you to some of the local businesses. And here we go with today. So, as you know, we changed our format just a little bit. We'll go real briefly through Thursday and Friday events, and then we're going to go into the introduction with High Altitude Archery. So Thursday night we have the free concert in Niwot, Whistle Stop Park. The band is one-on-one and starts at 6:30. Also on Thursday, the Anime Club at the Longmont Library. It's for ages 13 to 18. We talked a little bit more about it yesterday. So on Thursday, the Longmont Museum is having the first of their concert series, and the band this week is FY5, Country and Bluegrass Sound. Also Thursday night is middle school night at Sunset Pool, 7:30 to 9 p.m. Friday, Longmont Library, the family films. This week's film is Princess and the Frog. That's at 2 p.m. The doors open at 1:30 and the movie starts at 2. Also, Downtown Summer Concert Series continues with Polyculture. Friday night, it's an original mountain reggae sound. 4th and Kimbark, 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and it is free. Also Friday night, we have the first of the kids' plays at the Longmont Theater. The play this week is Suzuko Kids. The actors this week are ages 8 to 10. It's 7 p.m. Friday night and then 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday. So now let's move right into our interview with High Altitude Archery. As I did mention, we're going to split this into two parts because it was a fairly long interview because it was so dang interesting. There was so much to say, hear, and learn. So, without further ado, here we go. We're here today at High Altitude Archery, and we're going to talk with them for a few minutes about their business. Okay, so we're here in the archery range. This is what it looks like. If you look down on the floor, we have different colored lines. So can you tell me
Sure.
each of these lines?
Yeah, sure. Well, starting closest to the target, you might see a blue line about 3 to 5 feet in front of that target, in front of that bale.
Oh, okay.
That's called the target line, right? And that's just kind of a safety line. It kind of reminds archers to be safe as you approach your arrows. And that's one of the lines that's required by USA Archery.
Okay.
In a range. Now we've got two black lines in the middle here, and these are different practice distances. We have a practice distance at 10 yards and a practice distance at 15 yards,
Okay.
practicing different types of form. This red line that you see here is the what's called the shot arrow line. So in a competition, when you're shooting, if your arrow passes over this line, then it's considered shot, and you can't take another shot. But if it's in front of this line, then you simply dropped it and you can take another shot.
Got it. Okay.
And here we've got two different shooting lines. The yellow line is at 18 meters for world archery events, and the black line is 20 yards for NFAA events.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got this other red line here, that's called the waiting line. So after you are done shooting, you're supposed to step back behind that line and for everybody to shoot, and it's just a safety clearance thing.
Okay. And I see you can fit, this isn't that big of a space, obviously. You have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's 10 lanes.
10 lanes.
10 lanes, and we have 2 classrooms at 10 lanes and an open range area with 17 lanes in it. Total of 37 lanes. There's almost always open range space available.
Okay.
Save for when we're running a tournament. I can just ask you to step back behind here.
Sorry.
Okay. Range is hot.
So can you show me a bow and an arrow?
Yeah, you bet. So this is my bow here, all right, and this is a competition bare bow recurve. This particular one is made by Spigarelli. It's a brand that I really like for bare bows, and what makes it a recurve is the limbs curve back upon themselves to provide this cradle for the string.
Oh, okay.
Right? And interesting things about this is This bow is significantly heavier than what you would find in, say, a Olympic-style recurve, because we're not allowed to have any long stabilizers, so all of our stabilization has to come from mass weight right on the bow itself.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And,
an arrow, a practice arrow.
Yep, this is my arrow. My competition arrow. It's a skinny arrow for outdoor use. I've got a 75 grain point on the front. It's a 950 spine arrow. That's just a measure of how flexible the arrow is. And I've got feather fletchings on the back. Most archers are going to use actual turkey feathers, certainly for indoor, and then outdoor you kind of split between either the turkey feathers or like low profile vanes for target archery. If you're hunting, you're going to have something a little different.
Okay. So I've heard before, like, people describing a bow so many pounds of,
yeah,
what
sure.
is that?
So there's a couple of different measures about the bow that we talk about. One is the draw weight, how much force you have to use in order to pull that back. Okay, and so you'll hear that discussed in pounds. This particular bow is 30 pounds.
Okay.
It's a fairly lightweight bow. It's designed for target shooting. We don't need a lot of poundage. We need to be able to maintain accuracy over a day-long event. Most other hunting bows will be closer to 60 pounds, but you're not probably going to be using a recurve for that. You'll probably be using a compound, which is something like this guy.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so you can see right away there's a couple of different differences here.
Right.
This guy's a lot shorter, right? So more compact. He's easier to get through the forest in order to find your game.
Okay.
And then the other big feature that you'll see are these wheels on the top and bottom. Okay. These odd-shaped wheels are called cams, and what that is as you pull the bow back and as the cams rotate, it gives you a mechanical advantage, allowing you to hold more power with less of your own body strength. So you can get a more powerful shot without exerting as much energy. Make sense?
Yep, sounds good. So that's our video for today, Wednesday, June 20th. Hope you liked it and found it interesting. Tune in again tomorrow and hear the second half of our interview with High Altitude Archery. Until then, please like, share, subscribe, and leave comments. Talk to you tomorrow.